FRC is a research organization, and I think we want to look more now at doing some of the research that we used to do before.
In recent years, the Folk Research Center, FRC, has experienced the departure of 3 notable executive directors, Mr. Hilary Laforce, Mrs. Louise Victor, and most recently, Ms. Raisa Joseph.
We have a small complement of staff, and we are under pressure to do quite a lot. In fact, one of the things I've said about FRC is that FRC is a very small organization with a very large footprint. You know, the things that we are dealing with, they are major issues for our society, and there is quite a bit of work to be done. So perhaps it's a situation where people feel, given the resources, they are unable to deal with it, and they move on.
Acting Executive Director Melchor Henry acknowledges the challenges of running the Folk Research Center, noting that while the organization collaborates with entities like the Cultural Development Foundation and Events Company St. Lucia for activities like Journée Creole, larger stakeholders often take the lead due to their greater resources and staffing. The question remains, what is needed to elevate the profile and productivity of the Folk Research Center?
Well, obviously we need more resources, we need more manpower. You know, it's a very small complement of staff, and we are called upon to do quite a lot. So that's one area that where we have some issues, staffing. As you can see this morning, I'm conducting interviews, and I have to do this interview, and there are other things that I would have to deal with that are left behind. So that's an area for us but it's one that's difficult for us to resolve because it requires financial resources. All right, and the FRC is not an organization that generates a huge amount of revenue. So that is a problem.
The Folk Research Center is undergoing a redirection. Henry highlights recent internal reflections aimed at revitalizing the organization. The goal is to re-establish programs that will strengthen the center's archives and preserve its cultural legacy.
We had a studies conference that we did in May or June of each year, and out of that we got lots of papers presented by intellectuals, persons who were writing about the language, writing on culture, and so forth. And that helped us to build our archives, right? To build up our library of literature.
Only time will tell who will lead the organization, breathe new life into it, and strengthen its role in preserving and promoting St. Lucia's cultural heritage. Lucia Alfred, HTS News Force.